Hey everybody, welcome to the Gootzcast for Thursday, it's gonna be August soon. April 23rd. I'm here with Captain Piece of Idiot, Allan Fuks. What's up, buddy?
Hey, you almost got the name right.
Well, how do you say it again?
You really don't know?
You're Finn to me. He used to be called Allan Finn. Now he calls himself Allan Fuks.
I know it's not Fucks.
Fuchs.
It's Fuchs.
Fuchs.
Is the real way to say it, or Fuchs is the American way.
All right. Well, America's about to be dissolved, so we'll say it your way. Allan, what have you been doing in the quarantine? Allan, now for those
You can call
of you
me Fucks though. I don't really care.
all right, you're. I'll call you Piece
My
of Idiot.
real last name, by the way. I know. What's his name? Jeffrey Gurian put out that it was. Changed that name.
Nobody watching this knows who Jeffrey Gurian is. So that's all right.
All right.
So Jeffrey Gurian can call you Spencer Tracy. No one's gonna.
Anyway.
No offense to him. He's probably dead.
It's nice of you to spit on his grave.
No, I think he recovered from Corona.
Oh, he recovered? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Now I can print that retraction about me.
I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna.
Is it tacky for me to go to the hospital to get him and ask him at his deathbed to print a retraction?
I think you should hand him some Spider-Man comics, but that's another story from.
That's a good idea.
Hey, so Allan is a comedian. He did the Disney podcast. He did Make Mine Music, which was, of course, the biggest episode we've ever done, just based off that movie. Not even us. People just love Make Mine Music. It's Gone with the Wind level. But now Allan is...
You're going to make a live action with Will Smith. Have you heard about that?
With Will Smith, all the animals are going to be CGI'd. All the hats that raped each other are going to be CGI'd.
All the animals will be SJWs. It'll be incredible.
They're gonna change everyone into a black lesbian. It's gonna be a great movie. Allan, what have you been doing now that you're in quarantine?
I just have a part-time gig where I mentor, and that's it. You're looking at it. And I'm doing Zoom. I'm doing my first Zoom. I have 2 Zoom comedy shows scheduled tomorrow. Paid. I'm actually getting paid more per Zoom show than I would at a.
How much time are you doing on these paid Zoom shows?
I'm gonna pretend like I have technical difficulties, so I'm just gonna do 2 minutes and be like, what? I can't.
Are these for like real people? Who's
your Venmo went through?
Who's paying people to do Zoom shows?
What'd you say?
Who's paying people to do Zoom comedy shows?
Corporate America still has money, Gootz.
So they're paying people to do their acts on Zoom.
Dude, Ruth's Chris got, I think, 15 mil.
Ruth Chris.
Shake Shack got a few mil. I know they're saying they're giving it back, but I think they're gonna book a few comics before they do.
They're gonna give some of it to.
I'm getting some of that fucking Zoom comedy money.
All right, so you're gonna do 2 shows tomorrow for Zoom. That's insane to me. Is this your first? So how do you feel? Do you feel nervous, or do you feel?
I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna do regular stand-up. I told the guy it's gonna be roasty, and usually at those corporate gigs they want it a little like lightly roasty, you know. They want you to go after the boss, but do it with like a light touch, you know.
So are both shows corporate shows?
No, the other one is this comic Melissa Hager. She does shows in Michigan,
and she's doing a Zoom show.
Mm-hmm.
For people in Michigan.
People in Michigan. And people all over. She has, like, people.
And they're going to tune in.
I guess. Dude, I'm getting paid. Who gives a fuck? You're asking all these questions. I don't. They have my Venmo handle. I'm going to get money.
I just feel like this is going to be a thing. This is my thing with Zoom comedy. People are going to try it out. It's going to be a thing for, like, a few weeks. And then, or like a month. And then by the time July rolls around and nothing is improved, people are going to be like, I can just watch stand-up on TV. And so get your Zoom comedy money now.
I'm trying to get the Zoom comedy money now.
I don't think anyone's going to pay for this.
I'm not doing it stand-up style. I'm not going to do,
Are you going to be able to see the Zoomers?
What'd you say?
Are you going to be able to see the Zoomers on your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Can they talk to you?
Man, it's not ideal. I'm not. This isn't how I want to do comedy. This isn't anyone's dream.
I got trapped in a Zoom show on Saturday. I'm trying to say I got a road gig, and I'm just gonna go do it. It's gonna be like Governor's open. They told Cuomo to go fuck himself. They opened. I'm opening for Amy Schumer. They're gonna go. Sorry. I'm walking there because it trains. Alan, when was your last real show?
Is that Dangerfields?
That Saturday?
It was I think it was a Saturday, and they kept going for a while. The first show was still pretty packed. The second show was very light.
Like how many people? 4?
It's, remember Andrew Dice Clay? Didn't he do like a recording there the day the laughter died or something? And he was
Yeah.
on stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Very similar.
So you bombed.
I didn't bomb, but it was like a weird show. It was just just like a few people.
Who's that? Who's that calling you? Keanu to tell you that she's getting the weekend sex or something?
No, I'm trying to. Here's the thing. How forgiving do we need to be right now with delivery people and restaurants?
I give them like an hour and a half at this point. What time do you order your food?
I'm saying just stupidity. Like I ordered Italian the other day. The guy it was a pizza box and penne vodka, and the guy I'm like, hey, can you just hang it outside on my doorknob, on the knob, hang it on the knob? And he's like, okay. And he just dumped it onto the mat.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of that. They don't have, yeah.
They want you to, this is a time, this is like the Dark Knight Rises.
They want you not to order.
They want to kill anybody who.
My delivery guys have been great. It's just sometimes it take a while. That's all. But every delivery guy I've had has been tremendous. I don't know. You seem to have a problem though with a lot of people, which is why.
I ordered Shake Shack. Half the Diet Coke spilled out all over the burger. The bag.
Why would you order Diet Coke? Just go across the street to the deli.
Trying to quarantine. Trying to shelter in place.
Then get us 2 liter of Diet Coke. You shouldn't be drinking Coke anyway. It's gonna cause you kidney stones, and you go to the hospital and get Corona.
Listen, nothing matters anymore.
Okay. I don't want you to. Kidney stone's a very painful thing. If you got to sit in the hospital for hours, you're gonna be regretting it.
Yeah.
Less Coke. Drink more water and
That's why I got the cranberry to balance out the Diet Coke.
Where is there a Shake Shack we can order from around here?
It wasn't here. It was it was like in the city. So.
Did it spill all over the food?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Did you call and be like, I'm not paying for this?
Yeah, they gave me a refund, but it's still that's lunch. It still fucks you up. Anyway, I like the Pokemon poster in the background.
Yeah, that's my
very on brand.
Which one?
Very on brand. The Pokemon poster.
Oh, I mean, I'm the Gootz. What are you gonna do?
The Mario T-shirt.
Yeah, like there. Check it out.
Yeah, Mario World, and the best one. And then you have a cross and an old antique. It's like you're a home invader and you killed someone's grandparent.
That's a lot of this stuff is still my parents, and I'm just not gonna take it down. So it's like a weird mix. My living room is a weird mix of my parents' shit and my shit. My shit is slowly it's like the thing. It's slowly engulfing the room, but there's still traces that my parents lived here.
Yeah. Oh wait, my Uber Eats.
All right. Well, I'm gonna talk.
Legway. Let me see what the fuck Legway says.
What do you say? Oh, you do Uber Eats? No wonder your food's shitty. You gotta do Seamless.
But Uber Eats gives you like all these fucking deals and shit.
Seamless gives you. I got $4 off my thing today.
What is? Oh wait, what is he's talking to me in Spanish? Legway, Yegway. What does that mean?
I don't know. My family speaks Spanish. I don't.
I mean, I'm here. Let me check real fast my food.
Okay, guys.
He's outside. All right, I'm right.
Okay, he's outside. I'll kill time, guys. What a tremendous.
Talk about the people whose grandparents he killed.
Okay, whose grandparents? You piece of idiot. Anybody? Let me tell you something. This is a great time to do podcasts, especially when your guest walks away to get his Mexican food, And Andrew Lee doesn't do this to the Gootz. I'll tell you that much. But what a tremendous night! Thank you so much for supporting the Gootzcast and all that we do here. We started this show in 2011 when Smallville went off the air. You can't get those episodes anymore because I have to delete the old episodes to get these new episodes up. But if you can go back to the archives, you can listen to episodes from 2012 and 2013. You can hear our first impressions of the Avengers. You can hear our first impression of Iron Man 3, Star Trek Into Darkness, some fucking one of the Twilight movies from back then. There's just a lot of good time. Someone's texting Alan, this piece of idiot. There's a lot of interesting things you can listen to on the Gootzcast. I interviewed the young actresses, my web series, back in 2000. Was it 13 when I wrote the article? It was after 2014. I wrote the Virgin article back when I was a virgin, and people were very mean to me about it. And I did a podcast with a response. So, if you Google the salon, if you go to salon.com, you can read my article about being a virgin, which I'm not anymore. Although Keith and the Girl, really shitty podcast. Nobody should listen to that. They are really fucking, they're just miserable. They're just two fat, miserable people. And Keith, I don't like you as a person at all. I just generally don't like you. So don't be friendly with me. I don't care for you. All right, dude? So stay the fuck away from me. Don't text me or anything. You don't have to be texting me. Don't tweet at me. Don't talk about me on Twitter. Just leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Thank you. So, wait, why? This is what the Gootzcast used to always be. Just me talking alone in my room, and that's what it became over the phone. Hey, Alan Finn's back. I just told Keith they're gonna go fuck himself. Is your food here?
Food's there.
You got it?
They're totally confused. It's world's falling apart.
What did you order from Uber Eats?
It's got a burrito and chips with avocado.
Wait, is it when Uber Eats the guy gets the food for you? It's not the restaurant, so it's just some random guy.
I don't know. I think a lot of them are like that. No.
No. Seamless is the delivery guy delivers your shit.
I just know Uber Eats. If you go, all right, people want to save some money. I don't know if only the 1% are listening to you, but
yes, that's all that's listening.
If you're if you're perhaps living in Queens, maybe you're not that rich. Go to Ibotta. Ibotta will save you 5% if you order Uber Eats. And then you have 5% cash back, and then you go to Drop, and then you link your Drop to your Uber Eats, and click on Drop, and then you get another discount.
So basically you're eating for free.
They're paying me to eat their food.
But you've got some Mexican guy who doesn't speak English.
They don't even realize that they're going to be bankrupt in a week because I'm bleeding them.
Here's the reason why I don't trust Uber Eats. It's just some guy in his car. He probably has like your Wendy's on the seat,
But you're saying Seamless isn't like that? Seamless is their own
Seamless
people?
is the restaurant. You hit up the restaurant directly, and the delivery guy comes from the restaurant to the house.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not like some guy in his car goes to – I think with Uber Eats, it's like, so you order from like McDonald's. The guy from Uber Eats goes, stands in line at McDonald's, orders the food. He's got to park the car.
Uber Eats is they get convicts fresh from a life after lockup.
I want to do Uber
pick them up
Eats
right
or
from
DoorDash.
Like, here's a car. You're delivering Mexican.
Yeah, when I order from a certain restaurant, it's always the same guy because they work for the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's much better. That's their only goal in life is to get me my pasta. These Uber Eats guys are doing a lot of other things. They're probably smuggling drugs in your burrito.
But I don't know how much of this is Corona and how much is restaurant incompetence using Corona as an excuse.
It's a combination of things. Well, you don't use Corona as any excuse.
Here's another example. I ordered Eggs Benedict over smoked salmon.
You're ordering a lot of complicated meals. This is stuff
like
you have to eat at the restaurant.
I'm Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. I'm eating like I'm going to die tomorrow. I don't care.
Okay.
So it comes supposed to be Eggs Benedict over lox, smoked salmon, right? It comes Eggs Benedict over Canadian bacon.
Oh, Canadian bacon's good for you.
No call, no heads up.
Did you call them?
Anything. Yeah, I called them. Like, oh, sorry, we ran out, so we just gave you that. That's like
let's say if you order a vegan meal, like, sorry, ran out, but here's some meatloaf.
Yeah, you can't substitute like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because what if you don't eat meat?
You mean like, hey, where's my wedding cake? Oh, we ran out, but here's some ding dongs.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't just substitute willy-nilly. That's not
Yeah.
even the same fucking food group.
I don't know how you fall into this. I've had no problems. Once the food gets here, it's here and it's good, and you know.
But dude, more restaurants are closing, menus are shrinking.
Oh, I love it.
Eventually, it's going to be done.
It's just gonna be what they call it, the Blue Apron gonna mail to you, and you have to cook whatever Blue Apron mails to you.
If you're lucky.
Remember that was the plan Trump wanted to do or something like Blue Apron for people. So let me ask you this: the $1 million question I'm asking every comedian on this dumb fucking podcast. When do you think stand-up's gonna come back?
That is such a ridiculous question.
I know.
That anyone's even thinking about this. Ask. You know who's asking this question? The only people who are asking this question
Are idiots that don't want to get jobs.
are idiots who don't want to get jobs.
Yeah.
Anyone else who's thought about this for even like a minute understands, first of all, it's not a priority. Secondly, it's not coming back for a long time. And if you do bring it back, knowing that all the scientists talk about a second wave and a third wave, and there's no vaccine.
It's going to get shut down again, and it won't come back up because people will be petrified.
What? There's not much difference. There may be a little bit difference, not all that much between someone who's like, I'm going to put on a fucking stand-up comedy show, you know, do or die, I'm going to make this fucking happen. I don't care. And someone who has AIDS, knows he has AIDS, and goes out there fucking without a condom.
I agree. Here's the thing, and I want to tell people, this is the other thing we have to consider, all right? So today, what do you think of the news that a couple of million of us have corona that the governor put out today?
I can't take it anymore. It's so, I know, I read it, I get the alerts, I go on CNN, I go on New York Times, Daily News, then I go to the Post and Fox News also to balance it out, you know?
Yeah.
And I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand.
Here's the deal. Like, some people are saying it's not a bad thing because that means like herd immunity is working, and some other people are saying like this is terrible. I can't believe like 21% of New York has like fucking corona, whatever the percentage is. But here's what I do know. Most people hear that. Someone asked someone in Australia, what do people think of the United States? And they go like, they feel like it's going to lose, like internationally, like when people talk about us, right? Right now, people in other countries feel like we're going to lose our superpower status. We're in chaos. Our leaders have no direction. And New York City is a hellscape. That is what is in everyone's mind, that we have literally become a third world country hellscape. And I've seen it on Twitter with people's tweets from other states even.
Dude, people are closing their doors to us.
Yes.
We used to welcome Americans, you know? Canada, we could rely on Canada and having open borders with us.
Yeah.
Canada won't let Americans in anymore. We're trapped.
Nor should they. I don't think other states
are fucking trapped here right now.
I don't think other states should allow New Yorkers to travel. I really don't. And I know people be like, that's unconstitutional. I don't think I think if things, let's say like there's a state with low cases and they decide to have comedy shows. I think it's highly irresponsible, and whoever did this should be fired, to book like me and you to drive to that state to do a show, because I think we are bringing our germs to those people who are going to spread it to other people. Even if we don't have it, we have whatever's going on in the city.
Listen, I am throwing my support behind the mayor of Las Vegas. I am actually, I've never donated to a candidate in my life. I just gave her my $1,200 stimulus.
Is she your hero? What a fuck! I couldn't
my
believe
hero.
That.
I love it. She's like, listen, do you need guinea pigs? Do you need people you could experiment on? Here, have at it. Look at these losers. They're fucking living in Las Vegas. Take them. Do whatever.
Let's see if
coronavirus.
If people don't die, then the other states are good.
On them.
It's insanity when you look at who's been elected. But my thing with you is that, okay, so this is breakdown of comedy in New York City. We break it down. So it relies heavily on tourism. Don't let anyone else fool you. It relies extremely heavily on out-of-state people. They treat it like going to an Italian restaurant in New York City. They got to go see comedy. Everyone wants to see comedy there in New York. Tourism's gone. Not only is let's disregard the fact that people think that we are hell on earth at this point. Nobody has any fucking money because nobody has any jobs because there's no jobs because every place in the world shut down, not just here. Okay, Ecuador doubled their cases of corona today. So nobody has any money. But let's assume somebody with no money and no job ignores the fact that New York is basically a land of the dead and says, I want to fly to New York City and I want to walk around Times Square. Okay, so we get this, some guy flies to New York City, he's walking around Times Square. Now a crackhead is going to go up to him and be like, do you like to laugh? Chances are he's going to be like, I'm not talking to this crackhead because I already spent my last $5 traveling to fucking New York City to walk around and possibly get infected. He's not going to talk to the crackhead. But on the off chance he does talk to the crackhead, yes, I do like to laugh. The crackhead is going to say to him, give me $40 and there's a 2-drink minimum and you can go see Ray Gootz and Danny Palmer at New York Comedy Club. Okay? These are two people that nobody knows. No disrespect to myself, but you agree, right? Nobody knows. So now this guy with no money, no job, who flew to New York, which is literally hell on earth, according to is now going to give some random crackhead $40 to go into a dingy club that he doesn't know anything about, to sit there next to other people to see comedians he doesn't know about, and then spend an additional $18 minimum. How fucking, come on, guys. Like, how realistically, think in your fucking head.
It's unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's wishful. It's magical thinking. That's you have to put it out of your head. Mm-hmm. Wait until the vaccine. Wait until maybe herd immunity. People now, they're saying, aren't even developing immunity to this.
No.
Even after getting it, it's coming back. People there are recurring cases now.
South Korea is starting to get cases again. They started having comedy shows in South Korea, and they started getting cases again of this. So
we don't know how this is going to turn out. The fact
I know how it's going to turn out. Everyone's going to be dead but me.
It's going to be Zoom for a long time. Get used to this.
Well, I mean, I love doing podcasts. I can't see myself doing comedy in this. I like doing these podcasts with people like you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Alan and Andrew Lee and Melissa Diaz will be on next Tuesday. So
there you go. She's doing a great job. You're doing a great job, but we have to hide. If anything, people are like, we have to do comedy shows. You have to go outside, No, you got to go further inside. I want to dig through the earth and hide in an underground bunker.
And can I be real with you? Like, I think that if people had a choice, like when things go kind of like get back to normal and you only have a few bucks to spend, I know what I'm going to spend my money on when things go back. I feel safe to go out is a restaurant. I'm going to go have a nice meal. I don't give a shit about, I mean, I'm a comedian, but I don't think a lot of people are going to give a shit about going to see comedy. They want a nice meal. That's what I think people miss that more than anything else.
I don't think people have really wrapped their heads around. It's starting to dawn on people because we've been in this I
love it.
I know you love it.
Yeah.
But you, like I said, you're Mr. Empathy.
Well, you've got to say that on here because you never told me that on the air. But yeah,
you've always cared about your fellow man. You're a bleeding heart liberal, and I have to yell at you to stop contributing to charities.
Fuck charity. Hey, can I tell you?
When Gootz is in podcasting, he is in charge of Meals on Wheels.
Let me tell you something.
Drives a man delivering food to the elderly.
Fuck the elderly. Listen, now that the only elderly I care about are my relatives in California. Everybody else can die. But it's very sad. But here's the thing.
You should be the mayor of Las Vegas. They love this kind of talk.
Oh, I would just be like, I would be in favor of keeping everyone shut down. Like, who wants to go to these stupid casinos? Fuck them. I would love to walk. I actually would love to walk the Strip now that everything's closed. That would be an interesting as fuck. That would be a scary walk. The Strip with everything closed. That's got to be interesting. Have you ever been to the Strip, the Vegas Strip?
Yeah.
How fucking freaky would that be?
You could drink outside. You could. Everyone's kind of relaxed.
But how freaky probably is it like now at night to walk through that? Do you think they keep the lights going, or do you think they have everything shut off?
They probably keep them on because Times Square is on for some reason.
Well, it's just
why are all the ads and the lights on in Times Square?
Well, probably because they probably paid for those ads. So
they probably paid through. Those fucking companies are like, no, we paid. You're keeping our ad up.
Keeping the fucking ad, yeah. Have you walked in Times Square since this happened?
What?
Have you walked in Times Square? No. I haven't been to Manhattan. The last time I was in Manhattan was the Sunday before the shutdown, and I have no desire to go in. I wanted to ask.
People are still jogging. Hot people are determined to stay hot. All those like vapid Instagram model types, they are not getting fat under any circumstances. They're not doing. They know they have nothing to offer.
I I lost all the
All they
muscle.
have is their hotness, and they'd rather die than give it up.
I lost all the muscle I gained. I'm trying. I just started working out again yesterday. I'm trying to get it back. I lost all my arm muscle. Remember my sweet guns?
By the time the dust settles, dad bods are going to be. That's
all anyone's going to have.
That's
It's
going to
so
be the
hard.
like dad bod's going to rise up to be the hottest. You're going to be lucky if you have a dad bod. Everybody else is going to be like a fucking melted potato.
My bod was. I was killing it. You got to admit, I was killing it with the weight loss, right? The past few months.
No, you're on a roll. You can still do exercise at home.
That's what I just said. It. You just ignored me. I've been doing that for 2 days. I restarted. That's little stuff. I can't do any cardio because I'm not going outside. I saw Greg the girl. Can I show you something? Hold on. Let me just show you. He doesn't listen to this, so fuck him. This is the problem. Okay.
The fun stuff is seeing all these deniers, all these truthers and everything. People are saying this is a hoax. Slowly to figure out oh wait, it's not because my uncle got it or my aunt got it.
Yeah.
And now because they actually know, these fucking morons. We have so many morons.
Look at this. Can you see this? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're all just hanging out in the street next to each other. This is why. But then he guys like that will be the first to complain when stand-up's not back in November, December. This is bullshit. It's the government, conspiracies. No, it's because everybody kept hanging out when we weren't supposed to.
You know what? If you want to do that, that's fine. But you should sign a waiver that you'll refuse hospital care.
Yeah.
And we've got to bring the Scarlet Letter back.
Yeah.
You got to wear a D for dumbass, a DF for dumb fuck, right? Mm-hmm. And you just walk around like that so people know you're not quarantined and you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck. I wanted to ask you. There was something I've been meaning to ask you, and now I can't fucking. What have you been doing to entertain yourself during this besides masturbating? What else have you been doing? Watching any TV shows, movies?
Back into the video games.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing a lot of games.
Like which ones?
I'm working on a podcast. I'm learning I'm doing Judges of History, where we judge historical icons, and we judge them. We actually give them actual scores in different categories.
Oh, is this the thing you're doing for YouTubes and shit?
Yeah. So my first guy is going to be the first icon. We judge them unfairly through a modern lens. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be Richard Nixon.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
So Richard Nixon would have got canceled literally within his first appearance on TV.
No.
Literally, that would have been it.
No. If back then Richard Nixon was fucked because there was no powerful conservative media to muddy the waters.
Oh, that's true.
And scream fake news
But I feel like he would have even talked his way out of that. I don't know. I just feel like he would not have been good with Twitter.
No. He had a lot of Republican support. They wanted to.
But I feel like he would have.
Only when the tapes came out. You know what would have happened? People would have. It wouldn't be Twitter. It'd be people taping him and he being too. Him. You know what?
People would have said now that the Watergate reports were fake news. All they would have to say is it's fake. They made it up.
That's it. It's fake.
I'm not leaving the presidency. Sorry.
Yeah.
So. And then people, I love you, Nixon. But you know what? I gotta admit. Right now, if it was between Nixon or Trump, I would say get Nixon back in there.
Get Nixon.
We'd be we'd be in such better shape.
Maybe he'll drop 1 million more bombs on Vietnam, but we would have ventilators.
We would. Every president, people have talked shit about Reagan. People have talked shit about the Bushes. People have talked shit about Clinton, Carter, Nixon. You go down the list, but every single president. I think from at least 1900 and above would have done a better job than Trump.
Wait, dude, even George W. and Dick Cheney, who was really in power. Dick Cheney would have made sure we had ventilators. Mm-hmm. We would have had those N95 masks. He would have destroyed Iraq, enslaved them, and gotten them to make all these PPEs for us.
Yeah, so many of the people would have done a better job. It's shocking to me. Did you see the press conference today, or you just started ignoring it? Where he recommended injecting bleach or something into you?
By the way, I'm against slavery. What were you saying?
I thought you were for it. All these years.
People get the wrong impression about it.
I said around a million. You know who's for slavery? Allan Fuks, Fox.
Hey, you want to do a pro-slavery podcast?
I think that's how we're gonna get viewers. I guarantee you.
Fun.
Can I tell you, if we did do a pro-slavery podcast, it would probably become the number one podcast. But we would definitely get coverage.
Yeah. No,
And, like, not that we
get
get
attention.
jumped anymore, because
Yeah.
we just be home. Who's gonna fight
Wait,
us?
since I'm Jewish, can I just do a pro-Jewish slavery podcast? How far can I take that license you get when you belong to a certain group?
What type of slavery are you talking about? Because I'm all for sex slaves.
Force them to do my taxes for free.
No. See, I gotta I don't know if a hot chick would be like, I'll be your sex slave. I'd be like, okay, but I would allow her to go to work and tweet and go on Facebook and pursue stand up. I don't know.
That's called a relationship.
Okay, but but she's my sex slave. So like when she's home, we gotta have sex.
What do you think of people trading sex for rent? People fucking their landlords.
Well, I mean, thank God I didn't have to do that, because that would have been really awkward between me and my aunt. But
you wouldn't finger her for one free month?
Fine. She was by the time it was just me alone paying the rent, she was so bedridden. I paid like 5 months in a row once. Because I didn't feel like paying.
If I was able to get free rent, I would hold a long vibrator at a distance and use it on my landlady.
Jesus Christ.
And turn away. I'd have turn away.
Did you see? Listen, everyone's telling me how great Cuomo is, but you see what he said yesterday, which I thought was kind of stupid. I was like, it kind of revealed who he really is. Did you see this?
He should just share lasagna recipes. He should just go up there, and he's trying to act so Italian right now, and so like such a goomba.
Well, they go to him. What should people do if they can't afford to pay their rent or anything? And he goes, get an essential job. And they were like, but there are no essential jobs. He goes, sure there are. Just go to the website or something. And it's like, dude, like, that's your answer? Go get an essential job? There's like 1 million people in your city that aren't working. There's not 1 million essential jobs. Like, freeze the fucking rent.
Everyone loves him and his brother on CNN.
Mm-hmm.
That little light ribbing they do to each other, like that jostling.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I can't.
Don't you think it kind of takes away from what's going on? It's like we're going to get our brand over.
Actually stab each other. I want them to actually like rip apart each other's arms and gouge out each other's eyes. I can't stand this like fakeness. It's just like them both. They're both kind of douchey in their own weird. You can tell like Cuomo's trying to be nice right now. He knows the eyes of the world are on him, so he's setting himself up to be. If we last another 4 years, he's setting himself up to be president in 4 years.
Yeah,
that's got to be. That's what's in his head. I know.
I mean, they should really run him now because Joe Biden. Let me tell you something. I think there'd be more traction if Comedy Pete was running for president against Trump right now. I don't even know if Joe Biden
Pete would make more sense than Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is not even out. Let me tell you, like, say what you will about Barack Obama, that he smells, that he raped people on Epstein's Island. I don't know, say what you will. But he didn't do any of that.
Well, you'll know who Comedy Pete is. Comedy Pete is like how'd you describe Comedy Pete?
He's like a 40-year-old guy.
He's older than 40.
Well, let's give him some. Okay, I'm almost 40. He's a 50-year-old guy who lives with his mom, who likes the old-fashioned vaudeville comedy, who does kind of like.
I'd vote for him.
I'd vote for him over Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I don't even know where he is. I think Joe Biden's dead. It's like Weekend at Bernie's, and they just like every now and then they like show old footage of him and they edit it together to be like a statement. Has this guy even like made a Zoom video or anything talking about the crisis?
Joe Biden is like one of those.
The worst president.
He talks. It's like those word magnets that you put on your fridge and you mix them up to make like weird poems. That's what he is. He's just, his head is like a jumbled puzzle, and he can't get words out. He makes no sense.
He's not even out there doing anything.
People forget this. Trump's going to bring back all his scandals, right? People forget all his scandals. Trump is going to destroy him with the scandals, because people are numb to Trump scandals, but are not numb to Biden scandals. And people forget. Everyone thought that Biden's career was going to be over. I think it was like in the 90s, in the late 80s, early 90s, where he was accused of plagiarism. He made a lot of like weird comments. Anita Hill was a strange interaction. So he's got like plenty of weird stuff. He's got a long history for Trump to just rip apart. And he's not the best candidate. He's not. They have to call an audible, but Democrats are not Democrats are so risk averse.
Yeah.
They couldn't do Bernie in the last two primaries. They couldn't do Bernie, and they're not going to all of a sudden. They're not going to all of a sudden switch from Biden to Cuomo. They're not going to do
He's
it.
77. What is with all these 70-year-olds being the fucking president? Like, why? Why? You wouldn't let me just think. You wouldn't trust this 70-year-old to manage a comedy club.
Because
Would you? I don't think at any point when I worked at Caroline's.
I wouldn't trust a 77-year-old to deliver my Mexican food I just got.
Yeah.
They would
Like,
fuck
why?
that
This
up.
guy's 77. He's not even 70. 70 would be a fucking upgrade. Holy shit. How old is this fucking...
My grandmother was out of her mind in her 70s.
But like it was Joe Biden, and I thought Joe Biden was at least like in his 60s. He's 77.
She was punching herself in the head, stabbing her.
And Trump is 73 years old. He actually looks
my grandma was stabbing her home attendants in her 70s because she thought they were stealing from her.
This is 270 fucking...
Your mind's gone.
I don't understand. I don't know how we got to this place. Like, there should be also, like, you know how there's, like, an age, like, you have to be a certain age to run for president? There should be a certain age where you cannot run for president. Like you get too old. So I think if you're above 70, you can't run for president.
The problem is, here's why you got all these old farts, right? First of all, it's the people who voted in the primaries. They got it fair and square. It wasn't, you can't just say it was just backroom shenanigans.
I know, but I just don't know why we're allowing people
Democrats
over 70 to run
chose
for
to vote him in, and because it's mostly the people who vote are mostly old fucks, and that's who voted for him.
There's
and
a
also,
worldwide pandemic, and we have a 73-year-old and a 77-year-old about to fight to lead this fucking country.
He's got to get Fauci. He's got to be like, Fauci, you're my VP. Come here. Come over to this side.
I think you should make the VP Jeffrey Epstein. I think that would be good.
Or Cuomo. Or who else does everybody love right now?
Bernie. But Bernie's another old fart.
You can't have two. You can't have like.
I know.
You can't have grumpy old men. You can't have those two things.
Jesus, I don't know. But probably maybe
like
a woman. One of the women out there. I don't know. Just some woman. Ali Colbert.
Captain Marvel. I don't know.
Brie Larson.
You got to figure something out.
Just have Brie Larson be the vice president. Just tell everybody you're racist, sexist, misogynist. You didn't like my movie, and you didn't vote for Joe Biden.
I would put in Cuomo and have Biden bow out immediately.
Can I tell you what one of the reasons why Trump won? Do you remember in 2016 when they put out the new Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Ghostbusters? Are they doing? Are you blaming Leslie Jones for Trump?
Oh, hold on. No, Dan Aykroyd went on TV and said something like, people say this doesn't look that good. He goes, if you're not excited for this movie, you're probably misogynist basement dweller Trump lover.
Who said that?
Dan Aykroyd. And then what's his name? Also blamed Trump, Paul Feig. And it's like, okay, you're telling me that my favorite movie of all time, you made a shitty remake of it. I don't want to go see it. And because I don't want to go see it, I must want to vote for Trump, and I hate women, and that, I think shit like that, when celebrities made all those statements in 2016, that's what got Trump in the office. Because it's like, that's kind of annoying. Like, how can you,
Yeah.
like when back in the 80s, that people were like, hey, Michael J. Fox, what do you have to say to people that don't want to see Back to the Future? You know what? You probably hate women. You probably hate the Jews. You probably hate the blacks. And you obviously are voting for Ronald Reagan. So fuck you. Imagine they pull him out and they're like, what are you doing? You can't say that.
I blame the Trolls movie.
Oh, that actually could change everything. That movie made money going direct to.
Oh, did it?
Going direct to video on demand, and now they're putting out the new Scooby movie like that, and I think they're gonna put out. They might put out more movies like that. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see more animated films than ever. And
well, because they can still work on those at home.
Yeah, anything you work on at home, that's what you're gonna see.
Yeah, they're still making Marvel's What If. That's supposed to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They're still working on it because the actors can record at home, like on their laptop. And then you're a piece of idiot. You can record.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. I got lighting. I got a room.
Is this where you're performing tomorrow night? On your Zoom comedy travel?
Probably here in my car. Not sure yet.
No, you gotta do it here. You can't do it in the car.
No? All right.
No. What if somebody just starts screaming at you while you're in the car?
Well, it's more stuff to work with.
I think I would do it here. It's better.
Yeah. You think Trump's gonna win, right?
I mean, This
The
is how
polls are saying Biden. The polls all say Biden right now.
we'll see. I mean, I would love it. I mean, we'll see.
In battleground states, they're saying Biden.
Really, battleground states where the Civil War is going to take place.
The Civil War is going to take the first states that are going to fight each other is going to be Kentucky and New York. It's going to be Mitch McConnell versus Mario Cuomo. Or Andrew
Yeah.
Cuomo.
Well, that's good. I always wanted to visit Nashville. Well, that's Tennessee. Never mind. Sorry, I fucking. All right, Alan. Where can
That's the whole thing. Is like Mitch McConnell controls the purse strings, so he doesn't want to give New York any fucking money. They
That's
don't
fine.
want the blue states to get any fucking money.
That's fine.
He told New York, "Go fuck yourself." We don't.
I think. Did you read the Batman story, No Man's Land?
What?
Do you ever read that Batman story, No Man's Land?
No.
That's basically Gotham has an earthquake and they have a plague. There's a plague in Gotham, much like Corona, and it's very bad. And it's all done by Ra's al Ghul. He does that because he wants to destroy the city, because he wants to take it over and show Batman that he can break Gotham, right? But it's so bad, the city's so devastated that the United States government just calls it no man's land. And they refuse to keep supporting the city. They blow up the bridges, the armies. You can't leave the city. After a certain point, you can't leave the city or go into the city. And it's just been abandoned, and the villains take it over. And I think we're headed towards that. I think for New York City, just based on our Corona cases, I could see them declaring it a no man's land.
But you know what's fun? Criminals are getting creative. They're improvising. If you go on Citizens, you're going Citizens. Get the Citizens.
You do this all the time. I know.
You're gonna see all the great crime that's happening around you. It's right next to us, by the way. So if you're on Citizens, like back to back, people are attacking each other with hammers, with screwdrivers. You're gonna see a lot of families murdered with instruments that like the father is just grabbing out of a toolbox because he can't take it anymore.
I'm excited.
That's the future. We haven't even heard coronavirus-related crime of spending too much time with your family is gonna go through the roof. If I was quarantined, thank God this happened now and not fucking when I was a teenager. If I was quarantined with my dad, I'd be a corpse. I'd be a corpse floating in our above ground pool.
My parents would have driven me insane at this point. They would have driven me insane, my parents.
This could not have happened at a better time for you, Ray.
Oh yeah, this is great. I'm all alone. I'm just, watching Pretty Little Liars, which is I'm barreling through that show.
Yeah. You're living like the Tiger King. You have wild animals running around everywhere.
Fucking great. Hey, what do you think of UCB closing?
So tragic.
Really?
But they're all going to close. I want to know how much does Amy Poehler know about the hatred that comedians have for UCB for not paying them?
Well, not only that.
Has to be aware, right?
Not only not paying them, I really think they cultivated a system, like a gatekeeping system, where only rich white kids who have shitty sense of humor could afford those classes. And industry would go to those rooms and pick up people, like whether it was SNL. So you would have just the same type of people go into improv or go into stand-up, and they would be picked up for shows. Or they'd be picked up, like a lot of Comedy Central executives, a lot of TV executives started off in UCB as improv people. And then now they're picking who, there's these young girls or young guys who have no sense of humor, who were able to get all their bills paid by mom and dad, were able to afford UCB because mom and dad fucking paid for it. And it was like a really shitty system. And that's why the industry's kind of the way it is. And I'm kind of glad it's gone. I'm glad. If that's the only thing that's gone, I consider that a win already.
Listen, it's I don't know anyone who's crying about it.
I don't know. Oh, there are this like white people on Twitter.
What did they do with the money? Those classes were so expensive.
I know. What the fuck did they do with them? That's my thing. Forbidden Planet. That's the other thing I want to bring. Have you been to Forbidden Planet? You're a comic guy.
Yes.
What did you ever go to the one in the 80s? That was the way better version.
In the 80s?
In the 80s, they had one on 59th Street right by the bridge. Did you ever go to that one?
No.
Okay, I did. That was way better. The Forbidden Planet's a great example. They've never had a sale. They don't do discounts on comics. If you do it like other stores, you do a pull list, they'll give you some percentage off the books. They've never done that in the history of being there. Never had a sale. Even in 1994, I'll never forget. I made a bunch of money, so I wanted to buy some toys there. And the figures were like $20 in 1990 motherfucking four. Okay, so these people have had ass ton of money, and now they have a GoFundMe because we can't survive. Where was all that extra money when you were overcharging for every fucking comic book, every fucking figure, every fucking Dungeons and Dragons starter set? Where was all that money?
They don't make a lot of money, Ray. They don't. I don't think the markups are that high. Where they're making good money.
Well, I'm not bailing them out. Go out of business. Who gives a fuck? I like Midtown better. Midtown's not crying.
I like walking into a comic book store. I like Midtown Comics. I like
Midtown more than Forbidden.
I like the vibe they create. That's gone too.
But now I do all digital comics. I love it. I can't look at this. Can I just show you?
Yeah.
Just show you because you're a disgrace. You'll appreciate this. What? This is a great podcast.
The audience is at the edge of their seats right now. They're like, "Oh my God, we have to see Ray's comic book collection."
Look at that. Look at that. And then you scroll what you want to read, and you just hit it. Boom. And look at that. Isn't that great? And then I just read it. No. Okay. Look, there's Storm probably getting raped. I don't know what the hell she's doing.
Hey,
but
something really nice to read when we'll be dying in a hospital, laying on a cot together.
Let me tell you something.
Like, where's the ventilator? They're not coming.
That's fine. I got the 200 issues of X-Men to read.
I'll die reading X-Men number 281.
Hey, that's actually good. That's actually the first issue when I started collecting in the 1991. That was the first issue I got. So it's a good issue. That was when they started the X-Men Gold team. Remember X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue?
Yeah.
Do you really remember that? Or you just going, yeah.
No, I do. I remember all this. I remember X-Men number 1, where everybody bought a copy.
I bought that at the original Forbidden Planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
X-Force number 1.
Comics aren't even worth anything anymore. Why are we even holding on to these comic books?
Well, I'm not. That's why I got them on this fucking thing. I can just read them, and then that's cool. I'm not holding on to them. It's much better on digital. Comic books are better on digital.
But now you really can't sell comic books. No one's going to buy comic books.
Oh, no. I've been making a ton of money on eBay. I'll just tell you that much.
Really?
Yeah, I've been selling toys. And
you went to the post office?
Yeah, I just wear my mask. It's right down the block for me.
Crazy.
What? I'm an essential worker. I'm selling Garfield books on eBay.
You think they clean the post office? I don't give a fuck.
All you do is now, if it's prepaid, I do everything at home. All you do now is you walk in, you put the package in the thing, and you leave. They have it open for prepaid packages. I don't have to stand in line. Really? Yeah. What are you gonna do? Make out with the post office lady? What you acted like? You walk in, you put it in, and I made $10 off my fucking Garfield book. So
I think coronavirus started at your comedy shows.
Hey, those were great.
A lot of people who attended looked like they ate bats.
I mean, you know what?
They look like they'd eat a rodent.
I should try to do a Zoom comedy show off that Gootz that list of people that followed me on there. You know?
Yeah, there you go.
God. Hey, are you excited about?
You should just go door to door and sell tickets to your Zoom comedy show.
Hey, that's what I should do. Hey, are you excited? Are you excited about all the female comics going on OnlyFans? What do you think about that?
Who else is on there?
Nobody. I'm just hoping.
Oh, okay.
I got a couple of wish listers that I'm.
Let me know if you find out. Someone's on that you
Yeah.
think is worth seeing naked. I wouldn't mind.
I gotta. How's Keanu doing over infecting the entire state of South Carolina? Is she okay?
Keanu's wiped out about 350 people so far. She's killed an entire nursing home.
Let me just
So
see what
they're all great.
the cases are in South Carolina.
She's just jogging, sneezing at everybody. She's doing a good job over there.
Yeah, no, they went back up.
Yeah, man. We're fucked. That's what it comes down to.
We're fucked. I love it though. I'm not fucked. You might be fucked.
If you were at a date right now, how would you even do it?
Jessica Brocken tells me she's doing FaceTime dates. Like we're doing right
And
now.
then what?
I don't know. Like, is she jerk off in front of each other? I don't know.
But like, is it crazy to ask? Like, if with Jessica Brocken, I want to ask her about this. Like, would she say that she FaceTimes and they hit it off and now they're into each other? Would she invite that guy over and have him wear a face mask and gloves?
No,
while
I
they're
think
playing?
what you do is we've all become like the nerds on Warcraft. You just have an online relationship.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You sit like this. That this is it, and then when it lifts, you get to meet each other. Sad,
I think you're safe if you only do anal.
dude. We should do a Zoom dating site.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That would make money.
Now you're talking.
Alan, where can people find you on social media besides
Don't.
don't?
I'm sick of everybody.
Okay.
I'm tired of this shit. Allan Fuks, ALLANFUKS. I have a lot of comic books I want to sell you.
Are you still doing Weekend Sex with Keanu? Are you guys putting it out still?
We're doing like Instagram lives. I'm waiting for a microphone to come in so I can have a
You
more
piece of idiot.
professional job.
All right.
You
Well, you gotta. I'm still doing Disney Pod. I'm hitting big numbers. So, but I
That's
recorded a
good.
bunch of episodes before this all went to shit. So,
I'm gonna do a Disney sketch. It's gonna be great.
what's it
Do you
called?
want me to tell you about it, or should we wait?
Let's surprise me. You can promote it on the podcast if this is still going on.
You're gonna love
Always-
it. It's gonna be totally up your alley.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on and spending time with me and Alan. Tomorrow night we are back with the SmackDown post show, SmackDown 205 post show with me and Andrew Lee. Alan, thank you for coming on the show. I hate you.
I hate you too.
Thanks.